Morning, everyone. I hope you're all okay. So this is the 1 Point Meeting Insights Your AI Assistant Awaits webinar. We've got some great guests lined up for you today. So I've got Sam and Joe, who are our Meeting Insights specialists here at the 1 Point. And I've also got Ash from DWF Law. He's going to be going through a case study, going through how he deployed Meeting Insights into his operations and how it's benefited his team. If anyone's got any questions, if you could pop it into the Q&A box or the chat, I'm happy to pick those up. We're going to do a Q&A session at the end, and Sam will be going through those for you. And if anyone's got any issues, just pop your hand up and I'm happy to have a chat. So I'm going to hand over to Sam.
Thank you, Lucy. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. My name's Sam Hassan. As Lucy said, the Meeting Insights specialist here at the 1 Point. Really looking forward to walking through with you the Meeting Insights technology, how it can benefit your business, and actually demonstrating a real world use case of AI, which I'll talk through with you, which has a strong ROI, more importantly. So really looking forward to going through that. If we go through to the agenda for today, a really focused session, looking at the state of the nation with AI Teams meetings, what it means to you as a business, the challenges that your business faces with regards to Teams meetings currently, the challenges with regards to how you can source, supply AI into your business and actually offer value to your users and business. Look at what the analysts are saying with regards to AI in Teams meetings, the forecast, which is really important for any business to review. What are your competition up to, etc., and where is it going to be in the future? More importantly as well, how to choose. Okay, what are the decision trees around you and your business in regards to this type of technology? Then I'm going to kindly pass you over to my colleague Joe, who's going to walk you through for 10-15 minutes the simple demonstration of the power of this technology. I'll do a quick summary of that. And then kindly, we've got Ashley Moss joining us from DWF Global, which is the CTO, to talk about how this technology benefits his business and the wider rollout of this technology into his users and community. And then Q&A, we'll follow up. Obviously, that's the most important part for us. Make sure you guys are able to ask some questions and interact with us, and or look at the offer that we've pulled together for you for joining this webinar in terms of moving forward. So if we look at then, why are we here? Why have you joined the webinar? I think it's safe to say that we all know that the meeting structures have significantly changed since 2020. Looking at what the analysts are telling us about that, and it's most probably no surprise that there's been a 70% increase per week of Teams meetings since February 2020. Obviously, the explosion of hybrid remote working and or the major impacts of COVID and the dependencies of people obviously having to be working from home. Really interesting, and this is one that I really want you guys to sort of take note around why this technology exists. Isn't just because it's AI, like everybody would be a buzzword. It's because of the actual cost and time associated with Teams meetings. So the analysts, in terms of Cavell, have done some really good up-to-date research around what it costs in terms of hosting meetings. So for 6 people for an hour, the average cost in the UK of time for that business is £480. Just keep that in mind when we're looking at why, or justifications of why people are moving to this type of technology. Be no surprise to hear, or it could be, that 75% of Teams meetings this year, the analyst forecast will be recorded. So that sort of sets the scene on that. If we move on to the next slide, which really talks around, okay, what's the challenge? If we sort of compress this into 3 key areas, the challenges with the meetings is around data capture. So at best, businesses are capturing data on a notepad with a chair to manage or orchestrate, or the person who's hosting the meeting will take the notes and circulate them, the time it takes them to put that together and give access to the people who attended. But actually quite commonly, no data being captured, right? So you're having all these meetings costing £408 a session, etc., but there's actually no meaningful insight, or the insight's not being captured. The second thing is a repository and a central place for people to access the data of meetings. for them to be shared. And then looking at the opportunity for businesses. Okay, how can they improve? How can they be more agile? How can they reduce cost? How can they differentiate against their competition? And that's around the use of AI within Teams meetings to support with the improvement and output of these sessions. If we then forward think around, okay, you as a business, what does that look like, Lucy? If you want to kindly, sorry, move to the next slide. So how do you guys navigate the AI platform selections? And it is a very complex and/or we call it paralysis in our business around the plethora of different technologies that are spun up within the area of AI for you to choose from. And I think one of the key things is understanding the complexity. So how AI systems can operate within your business stack, within your business, from users, from technology systems. How can it integrate with your existing systems and compatibility for it to work and or not offer risk? The big thing around AI and what I would say during workshops is the cost consideration, right? It's not only just the cost of your time to onboard, it's the cost of can it actually deliver an ROI with the use case for AI and or the setup and user interaction. Will they actually use it? Yeah. The next real consideration is vendor reliability. So AI has exploded, and what have we found more recently in lots of cases with our customers is that with this type of AI technology for Teams meetings, is that we have different parts of that work community downloading free trials of AI bots for Teams meetings, not knowing really where that data sovereignty is held, the compliance of that data, and or the risk that could pose to their governance in their business. So that's a real important challenge that businesses have. More recently, a customer looked at an AI application, and it was legislated in the state of California in America. So there's tons of stuff of that going on because your users are telling you that they want to benefit from this type of technology, but as a business owner or as a business director or as a head of IT or etc., is how do you govern for it, right? Then I think that the last point around the challenges of selecting an AI platform is around evaluating, which what we're here today is to help you with, is the use case. Yeah, so I'll talk to you about the landscape shortly in a slide, but ultimately it's around can you find a real world use case for AI that actually costs him? Yeah, perfect. So looking at the market share, so I think it's here, guys. AI assistance in Teams meetings is a thing. It's not just what we're telling you. It's a $4.78 billion market with a 10% year-on-year growth to be 10.12 billion by 2031. So what does that mean to you? Obviously, your competition, other businesses see value within this solution and or the forecast of the markets is going to be here. So what do you choose as a platform to support you? And that's what really we're here to help with today. Cheers, Liz. Okay, so what is the I think this slide's really good. It really helps me and or our customers at the one point look at all these different terms that you've most probably been emailed about, cold called about, etc. But what are they in the ecosystem of AI? And I think what we've done here with this slide is really nice, is that it sort of differentiates between a chatbot, yeah, things like Copilot, which obviously is a Microsoft-led AI technology that sits across lots of different parts of your ecosystem in Microsoft to deliver you AI capability. Obviously, everybody knows about ChatGPT, Gemini and Claude in terms of what they deliver. Then if you move into the meeting solution-centric AI platforms, we've really sort of looked at demonstrating the difference between enterprise, and I will classify them as note takers. So in the market, there's a plethora of note takers which you could spin up really quickly, have no governance on, such as Fireflies, Otter, Avoma, etc. We are here today to present a true enterprise solution, which is certified GDPR SOC 2 around meeting insights, but also has a real feature-rich, accurate transcription that we'll go through. And where it sits within that enterprise team space, which is things like Teams Premium and or Zoom. But what we'll show you with the case study with Ash Moss later is around the benefits of Meeting Insights, even over things like a Copilot and Teams premium deployment, not only for cost, but for other benefits around the feature set. Perfect. Next slide, thank you. So guys, how to choose. Okay, it's a busy landscape. I don't envy you guys on the call around how to do it. That's why we're here to obviously support. But if I look at the questions that our customers are asking us, if we move on to the next slide, Luce, is how can I capture critical insights from our customers to make our product better? How can I turn employees' recordings into corporate-wide insights? How can I automate actions, assign tasks, meeting schedules, etc.? How can I turn AI promises into a revenue reality? How can I leverage a generative AI to improve forecasting accuracy and improve sales methodology? So these are some of the key questions which we've asked, which hopefully might prick your ears up in terms of some of the things that you're facing within your business. Then if we look at, okay, what is Meeting Insights? I think in its simplest form, it's a centralized company meeting repository that enables you as a business to have your recording, the call transcription, the recaps, the slide presentations, the highlights of those sessions, and more importantly, the metadata for you to be able to run further AI services across it, such as the chatbots, integrating into Copilots, etc., ChatGPT, taking that information and put it into your core keyline business applications, such as obviously email, Salesforce, Monday, etc., CRMs, enabling your users to access this information from obviously mobile PCs, etc., with Teams, and then allowing it to obviously integrate into any of the AI agent bots that you may wish to deploy as part of a wider AI strategy. I appreciate, obviously, we've covered that off quite quickly, but I wanted to keep it focused. I'm now going to kindly hand over to Joe, who's going to show you the technology. So thanks, Lucy. Cheers, Joe.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming. And yeah, today I'm going to be taking the baton from Sam and going through some of the bells and whistles of Meeting Insights. And yeah, I think hopefully that all sort of made sense to you guys. Yeah, hopefully we can help your journey through this discovery of AI and how you guys can leverage its power to obviously make your days much more productive and efficient. So without further ado, I will share my screen for you all to see now. Just bear with me whilst I fly this up. There we go. So one of the things I'll first mention about Meeting Insights is it sits within your team's environment, which is what a lot of the other note takers tend not to do. They sit sort of outside within a portal. And what's so great about Meeting Insights is that you'll get the same interface within Teams as you will on your mobile device. So you can quickly open Teams, flip up Meeting Insights, and obviously have access to all your meetings here. And as you can see, we've got loads of meetings that I can quickly go, right, okay, I want to quickly see one of the meetings with, let's say, run PPC, and that'll pop up there just like it would an email. So in terms of searching for meetings that you've had previously, this tool is extremely versatile. So these are all the meetings that I've had or were invited to, so I can go back and see what those meetings were all about if I need to. I've got any meetings that I held here on the left as well, specific to me. I've got events that have been assigned. I've got meetings shared with me, and I've also got some favorites here. And I'll quickly jump into one of these now. I'll quickly go to this marketing update here. So when you open the main panel for Meeting Insights, you sort of see the dashboard. And on first view, you can see there's a lot going on, but this is a very powerful tool. As I say, it's been built within the Microsoft environment, so it's fully certified in terms of the call recording piece and obviously any compliance pieces. And yeah, in terms of what you get out of it as far as a summary goes, I would say it's hands above anything that I've seen. And we've tried a lot of different products up to now, so we're in a position where we can safely say that we've been through the trenches and trying to work our way through this AI jungle, and really this product is hands down the best we've come across. So obviously really excited to explore that with you today. As you can see at the top here, you can see really neatly all the speakers that were involved in the meeting. So I can quickly go and select those speakers, so I can really home in on where they were present and the sort of value they added in terms of time. You can see that down here as well. I can also do cool things like some of the more geeky stuff, like clip and trim the meeting. So, for instance, if I want to go ahead and just sort of go, right, okay, the last end of the meeting wasn't really relevant, and neither was the first bit, so I'll just trim it there before I decide to share that with any other of the stakeholders who are involved in the meeting. I'll just quickly cancel that. Below, you can see the slides. Again, this is a really useful way of just quickly jumping into where people were sharing their screen. I think one of the things about historically, when we're looking at video recording through Teams, generally speaking, that yes, okay, they're good at archiving the data for later view, but then when you want to analyze that data to get either insights or draw information, it's very difficult to do, and Meeting Insights does a really good job of giving you multiple different ways to view the information, so that you can become a lot more fluid in terms of how you want to use it for your particular use case. So this is the video here, really simple. You can play, stop, the rest of it. As we all know, we can put it in full screen if we want to, all the basic stuff. Here on the left is where, on the right is where it gets very interesting. There is a disclaimer here at the top, as we know, speaking about some of the AI and what its capabilities are. And here on the left, we've got now all the bullet points around and the summary items around Meeting Insights and the meeting itself and what took place in that particular meeting. Effectively, this is where a lot of the information is kept. I can just collapse all of these if I want. If I want to view the meeting as a paragraph, like almost reading it like a story, I can do it that way. I can view the specific points from each speaker. I can view the specific topics, and obviously the bullet points. So it's really how you specifically want to view the meeting and what you want to draw from it. Each of these bullet points here you can copy and paste into a different program, and you can also send an email and obviously delete parts of it if you want to. So that's really the summary piece, and each of these tabs at the top really a different narrative around the meeting itself. So for instance, the outline of the meeting, again, you can go to each of these points within the meeting. So for instance, if I select this, I can go directly to the part in the meeting where we're talking about tracking and data collection issues. And if there's any other points there, I can home directly in on that exact point where that was said. If I just quickly select that as well, that'll take me to that point in the meeting. I can hear the voices and to hear everything that's going on. And I'm just going to quickly then go to actions. So these are all the action points that are available from the meeting. So this is everything that was captured during the exchange. So I can assign these if I want to the specific people who they're assigned to. I can select when they're done. So if I go into this, it says wait for Joseph's email regarding the start date of the campaign and be ready for the leads to come in. So if I select that, I can go in, quickly select who it is I want to assign it to, and then I can select the date, and there you go. This is where it gets quite powerful, really, because obviously when you have these meetings afterwards to wrap up, it can often take quite a lot of time, and obviously disseminating the actions to the key individuals is a a problem of accuracy, making sure that you accurately provide those tasks to the individuals, but just remembering them as well, and just the comprehensiveness of the tool, I suppose, lends itself to not ever missing a beat. So this is definitely where I'd say a lot of the value is just basically the actions, but also, what were the problems, what were the questions that were raised, and what were the answers to those questions, more importantly, what were the issues that are raised, and what were the solutions. In this particular meeting, there's been no decisions that were made as yet, and these are notes that you can actually take after the meeting that are sort of set aside. So these are sort of private notes that you can add to your environment for this particular meeting. But also when you're actually in the meeting itself, you can highlight areas of the meeting, you can create notes and do things within the meeting to help assist with the data collation afterwards. So that takes me on to other parts now. So if I go through, as I said, so this part I'd say is really comprehensive. And look, there's a lot of note takers out there. None of them do it as well as Meeting Insights so far, as we've seen. This is such a good and accurate dialogue of everything that took place, and lots of information you can draw upon for later. You've got the back-to-back transcript as well. Obviously, this is important for the legal setting, where we need to know exactly what was said back-to-back in the meeting. Obviously, we know a lot of AI tools are really good at transcription now, and I think, in terms of the legal space, it's been widely adopted. So, but what's great about this and really convenient is that we can actually just quickly search for things at the top specific to that call. Obviously, it will bring those sections of the transcription up. Any bookmarks? There isn't any bookmarks in this particular meeting. Again, that's done as part of the meeting. So you would do it, you would bookmark and highlight within the actual meeting itself, so you can actually view those separate bookmarks that the AI didn't pick up, or you want to make sure that it does pick up. That's really that piece, really simple. And as I say, you can have all your favorites in here. So I can go into, for instance, a project, one of our clients that we've got currently, and I will quickly go back then into this one. Just bear with me. Go back into favorites. So here we are. So once we've seen all the information and we're happy with it, and we've obviously we're ready now to share it with the other stakeholders, we can go ahead and quickly share that. And I can share it with external people. I can share it with internal people, and obviously I can share it with everyone in the organization if I want to as well. I can also copy a link. So there's an internal and an external link as well. So if it's for people that obviously just want to share quickly through Teams, you can do, or you can do it through here by simply typing the name. But externally, obviously the link's a little bit different. So you can go ahead and just simply, start adding users into there for who you want to share with, or just simply copy the link and then paste that into obviously all of your tools that you use. Now, when they access the link, essentially they will be given exactly the same layout as you have here. They'll be able to obviously see all the public sides of the meeting. Obviously, any private notes they won't see, but any of the general meeting content they will have access to. So obviously, that's why you see a fair amount of disclaimers here around making sure that you're happy with that. And yeah, so what I'll do is I'll quickly go. Once you go into the task side of it, once you've assigned tasks. So obviously I mentioned before, assigning tasks is really powerful in Meeting Insights. I'll quickly go through and show you what that looks like. So obviously, working day to day within this environment, it lends itself obviously to sort of working within the action items as well, both through this device and on your mobile phone. On your right-hand side there, you can see all the assignees. You can see any messages or comments that I've got regarding that particular action that I may want to communicate. And I've got the status of the actual meeting as well. I can also go and open it in the player, which is quite handy if you wanted to just work through this screen itself and just navigate to that meeting, so you can just review and make sure that you're happy. And you can do things like edit, delete, and the meeting recap. What's also really good about Meeting Insights is the ability for, so if you're having like a weekly or monthly cadence, what it will do is it will send you an email with all the action items contained within the email from the previous meeting that are assigned to you. So if it's something you need to obviously just catch up on, you kind of work to that beat, whereby you wait for the Meeting Insights email to come in, and then obviously you go ahead and action those before the next meeting. It's really quite powerful, and it will also provide you with all the key information, summary, the outline from that meeting, so you can quickly recap just via email on your phone in a really convenient way, and obviously see the tasks that you still need to commit to before the next meeting. So really, in terms of a product, it kind of in terms of handling the wider, broader aspect of meetings in general, to capture all the exchanges and dialogue in a very accurate way, it's a fantastic tool. For certainly professional services settings, or any setting really where you just want to make sure that everything's captured. It's absolutely fantastic as a product. The roadmap as well for this is very, very strong. Over the last sort of 6 months, they've released with aspects and features such as when you've got the device, if you say you're working from just your mobile device or even your laptop, and obviously everyone is using the same channel to communicate, Meeting Insights will actually pick up the voices and individual people within the meeting and try and assign names to them. It does a very good job of that. Obviously, you can go in, you can edit the names of people afterwards, but ultimately it's able to pick up the various voices within the same room. So it's not just looking at that specific channel to derive who is speaking. But also through the mobile device as well, you can use it as like a dictation solution, which essentially enables you to obviously take insights from exchanges that aren't necessarily directly within a meeting. So it could be within a patient setting, for instance, whereby you're wanting to harvest all the detail around the diagnosis and obviously the patient, and obviously review those later for review and instruction. So the use case for this is far and wide, and yeah, as I say, just if any of you want a direct back and forth Q&A at a later date or a demo, then obviously we can facilitate that
Cool.
at your leisure. So thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the demonstration.
Cheers, Joe. Really appreciate it. Really good overview within sort of 5-10 minutes or 10-15 minutes of that. So looking at what does that actually mean? I think just to quickly summarize from the live demo, we move forward onto just a quick summary of that. That'd be great. Cheers, Liz. So effectively, Meeting Insights plus Microsoft Teams, and now our integration in with Zoom, enables you to have invaluable intel. It centralizes all your knowledge base, so you can share it across every meeting. It can pinpoint the key moments, filtering by speaker, slide, or bookmark. It remains in Teams, which I think with what Joe mentioned around the certification of this platform within that environment, offers significant value, certainly from a user ability point of view and or securing your environment. Access to share crucial insights with your colleagues that are not in the meeting, and also to share content locally with the security that you know and trust in terms of how this can be deployed, which we can talk as further as part of the Q&A, certainly. So Joe mentioned something which was really interesting around obviously the roadmap and how progressive this solution is from what you've even seen today. So there are advanced features coming. So there's new AI powered insights that are coming. There's custom templates and prompts, which you'll be able to deliver. There's also persona related insights. So you can start to look at how people's tones, etc., and rate that within the solution. There's all more automation. So the translation of insights into other languages. Obviously, if you're running a multinational operation, that's obviously really important. There's a Salesforce.com integration. That's pretty much available now. We've got it in beta, it's rolled out globally. And then connecting into additional UC platforms. So obviously Zoom's here, Google Meet, Cisco WebEx, and obviously Mia for MTRs, etc. as it moves forward. So really progressive roadmap. The next part of the session, which I think I really want you guys to take the most value out of, is introducing Ash Moss, who's on the call, who's going to walk you through the case study of why a global leading law firm have adopted this technology when they actually have access to the Microsoft ecosystem of AI. So this isn't just a benefit of a case study where they haven't spent or got access to AI tools. This is actually a really interesting case study around how they've selected Meeting Insights on top of the tools which are readily available. So Ash, I'm going to leave it to you to spend 5-10 minutes to give an overview, if that's okay.
Sure. Thanks, Sam. Hello, everyone. I head up the insurance technology for DDF Group, effectively the insurance platform that they use for the lawyers internally, but we also sell that software externally as an insurance platform to brokers, insurers, local government, and so on across the globe with multiple languages. So we engage with our clients naturally, even more so now on Teams, as we all do, post strange COVID era that we all went through some time back, and the recording capability of Teams as standard in transcription was okay to start off with, but then DDF signed up to Copilot as an entire program across Office 365, and also Copilot pointing at the data set. We adopted that, but what we found was it was missing certain elements, and some of the elements Joe's highlighted in his demo. But moreover, the transcription accuracy and how it completes the summary from an AI summary perspective is huge in comparison to what you do get with Copilot. So whilst Copilot in Teams comes standard with the package, it is good, it's very good, but there are missing elements that Meeting Insights certainly gives us, and it helps us engage with our clients externally, internally across DDF across the globe. But what I do find is it's really good at that automatic addition of the Meeting Insights on all meetings by default, because Copilot is more of an opt-in, and we find that more often than not, you miss elements of the meeting, or you don't end up using Copilot because of that opt-in basis to force that add-in of Copilot. Overall, you can very, very quickly write report notes, or even just send the link to external contacts to the business, so it doesn't have to remain inside the business. So you can send a full summary that Joe's shown you that you can send to your customers. So you get accuracy of notes, you get the detailed summary from Meeting Insights, but you can equally copy that out to a report. So we do technical due diligences for the law firm on a technical angle for pre-acquisition. And that requires extensive, long, lengthy meetings with different people, different vendors and supply chain throughout the technical due diligence process. And we found that the report writing and the output from that has cut down massively in terms of our time and effort cost to run those technical due diligence projects. So it's huge saving there. There's the bonus of clients receiving accurate post-meeting updates. And as Joe pointed out, before you attend the next meeting, if it's a recurring meeting, you do get the summary in advance of what happened at the previous meeting, and then the key actions that you need to address in that up and coming meeting that you don't get with Copilot standard. So there's a lot that it brings to the table, we went through obviously the security aspects to at great length to make sure that the platform could sit alongside our ecosystem, which it does. And there is the option now of bring your own storage. So that gives you additional protection from a data privacy point of view, that you can store all of your recordings in your own Azure or AWS cloud, which is quite important when it comes to certainly a law firm, but any other firm that's possibly got compliance and governance law that they need to adhere to, you can ensure your data is protected. So that is always usually a concern with these AI bots and AI channels. So that was certainly alleviated pretty quickly when the upgrade path was rolled out in December of last year to include that from Meeting Insights. In terms of rollout, just to give you an update on that, it was seamless. It was very, very quick. So we did a proof of concept initially, and the rollout was literally half an hour in terms of configuration on our Office 365 Teams platform to ensure the plugin was launched. And then the training provided on that was very good. A lot of it is self-explanatory, as you probably saw from the demo with Joe. It is quite easy to use. You can get up to speed very quickly. But the training, which probably takes half an hour max, gives you that extra benefit. So certainly ease of rollout, onboarding, very, very easy. And as I say, it's automatically added into the meetings, and you choose to take it out if you want a private meeting. That way, everything's recorded, nothing's missed, and you ensure everything's captured.
Yeah, so
Perfect.
yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you, Ash. And just to sort of lean upon some of the points there you made, just in terms of the Copilot comparison, because there's a lot of people, I imagine, using that. Meeting Insights is so easy to consume as a product. Obviously, having all this power behind, obviously the technology stack that each business may or may not have, is one thing. But then it's how you actually leverage that product within your teams that obviously gives you the output that makes the difference. And when it comes to Meeting Insights, the consumption of AI is so much easier. There's, in terms of obviously the enablement path with things like Copilot, can be quite tricky depending on the kind of type of business you're in, but also just the ease of not having to prompt it and pull out the things that obviously you want to do. Copilot being quite a flexible product, Meeting Insights really does pigeonhole you into that. How do I get the most out of a meeting? So from that perspective, it's also fantastic when obviously doing that sort of comparison there.
Just I know Ash, really appreciate obviously you joining. I'm going to open it up now. I know Lucy, we've got some cute questions that have been asked that I can see. Do you want me to cover them off now in a bit of a Q&A?
Do you want me to read out the questions and then you can provide the answers?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great.
That works.
Yeah, fine, thank you.
So we've got a question from Claire. Do you have to make a point of saying action while discussing matters in a meeting for tasks to be picked up?
No, so you don't have to say action. It will pick those actions up by itself once it obviously harvests all the information from the transcript. You can highlight and bookmark areas of the meeting that you want to do that through the UI, which we can go through if we ever do like any one-to-one demos of any specific clientele. We can showcase that. But yes, you can highlight, but no, you don't need to. You don't need to say the word action.
Perfect. And then from Jake, we've got, hello, can this tool be utilized for an in-person meeting through a recorded environment?
Yeah. So I assume that you mean sort of not just being on a Teams meeting, but being almost like a dictation kind of setup. Yes. Mm-hmm. So essentially, you can use it for that. Currently, and historically, what in that situation you would just simply set up the meeting, invite Meeting Insights, and then obviously go ahead with the meeting. Then it would record everything back and forth, and currently is able to then determine who's speaking, which is fantastic. But there is much more of the roadmap very soon, if it's not already been released, because the they're always adding features all the time to this product. It's why it's such a good product to sort of partner with. But they will be putting more of a dedicated feature around that dictation environment in the near future.
Yeah, can I add to that as well, Joe? So I've used it consistently on that basis. So in meetings, certainly on the tech due diligences where we're not in a particular Teams meeting for that, or even where you have coffee meetings, because you've got a mobile app version, you can just do a meet now, and then it will record that entire meeting under the same basis that Joe demoed to you. So, and it does work really well, and it does pick up independent voices. So obviously we can all identify people logging into Teams and their names, but it is intelligent enough to pick up different voice tones and match particular voices on historical meetings that have occurred in your meetings, and that's how it matches the names.
Great. From Liam, he's requested, could we show a demo that integrates with Zoom? Is that a possibility that maybe his account manager could do for Liam?
Yeah, so the Meeting Insights integrates with Zoom, and yeah, we're happy to do a demonstration in that environment as well, no problem.
Great. And then just Denise, yes, I'll be sending a copy of the slides, a PDF, and the recording to everyone that's attended the webinar, so you can share that on with your colleagues. That's absolutely fine. And then from Kate, we've got taking a step back on the tech, could the training be integrated with a refresh on using Teams more generally? And is it GDPR compliant ICO?
Yeah, absolutely. We get that question quite a lot. As we know, with AI and processing, and as Ash rightly mentioned, you can bring your own storage options. Essentially, it ticks all the boxes in that respect. So we obviously the AI models that are used are all within the correct jurisdictions, and the way it processes the data is within the GDPR as well. The other side to that was, sorry, what was the other question, sorry?
So it was, could the training be integrated with a refresh on using Teams generally?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think one of the things, yeah, definitely in terms of using Teams in general is there are really effective ways to use it, and I think a lot of people still like to use email these days for a lot of communication, but actually Teams is good at ticking that box as well. But obviously with Meeting Insights being within that sort of technology stack, it would make sense to maybe cover that off as well as part of that training.
And then I think the final question I've got is, what's the ballpark cost for the software? Can it be added to Microsoft 365 licenses, or is it a standalone subscription?
Cool. Yeah, so I can sort of on that point, I'm going to go through the sort of what's the next steps, the offer of the proof of concepts, etc. So this is a standalone license, so that's why it's so simple to deploy. Obviously, fully compliant and certified as an enterprise solution, which we talked about during the landscape part of the presentation. In terms of the commercials, the account managers will have access to this to share with you as part of their follow-up. What I would say on that is really, really simple. You get unlimited AI transactions, unlimited recordings, all the feature sets. And when we did a market comparison over Firefly, Otter, all these other, etc., it's more cost effective than the bundles that those guys would provide. So I'll let the sales team go through all of the different commercial options, but ultimately we know that we've brought this product to market that you guys won't have to pay high over the cost of ownership of the contract. It's all included. It's a simple bundle, and it is very, very competitive in the market. So I'll let the commercials, the account manager go through that, Lucy, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's all our questions. So if anyone has got any more, pop them in the chat while we're still going through. We've got a bit to do. If not, your account managers, you'll be able to email them any questions that you've got. So just go to the next one.
Yeah, I suppose it's a nice segue, really. Yeah, nice segue. So the next steps, we as a team of Meeting Insights here at the One Point wanted to provide you guys as early adopters, as an exclusive for during the webinar, all the attendees access to a 30-day free proof of concept where the team here will be able to onboard your business to a 30-day free trial. And included in that, you'll have access to what our bundle is, which is unlimited AI translations, recording, and all the feature set that we've shown. And as Asmos said on part of the DWF deployment, what's great is that it's not too taxing of your time to set this up, and/or what we will find generally is that will just go into a live production following the successful criteria being met, which we're confident it will be. So if you want to obviously register for a trial, there's a link that will be shared as part of the presentation, Lucy, and your account directors and account managers will be in touch around ensuring that you guys have got access to that. I think I'm not sure another question's come through, but from my point of view, Lucy, we've covered off everything that we wanted to do today. So I just want to thank everybody for the time from the Meeting Insights team here at the One Point. I really appreciate it. Obviously, Ash, really great overview and appreciate your time. I know you're busy and joining to tell the customers, the rest of our customers, etc., about the power of this technology. So that's up for me, Lucy. Thank you.
Yeah, and obviously, as I said before, I'll be sending out the recording, all the slides. We've got kind of a brochure for you with any more information on there. So hopefully that'll cover any more questions that you do have. Again, if you've got anything, send it straight to your account manager. We'll be happy to answer any questions. I've popped the link to register for your trial in the chat. You can also scan the QR code. But other than that, just a huge thank you for joining. I hope you've learned something about Meeting Insights. And yeah, I look forward to our next webinar or getting in touch about Meeting Insights in the future.
Cheers, Lucy. Thank you so much. Thanks,
Great.
everybody.
Thank
Cheers, Joe.
you.
Thank you,
Have a great
everyone.
day.
Cheers for your
Bye-bye.
time. Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.